Okay, so now for the, I guess the pro tip times. We're just gonna go over Demonic Circle and Gateway, Burning Rush and stuff like that. So I guess first off, always have a solo down. Make sure you try to get as many people to use your health stones, because, you get this. So anytime they use a health stone, you get healed for it. So, put yours on top of anyone else's and that kind of stuff. I'm kidding, but seriously, do that. Let's see. Okay, so let's do Demonic Circle first. So for like Sisters of the Moon, how the thing goes back and forth. Let's just say you're over here and you're damaging the boss, right? You're damaging the boss and your stacks are going high. Well, make sure you're in range. Just pop over here and continue to damage the boss. It's really a powerful spell, and it's not really used a lot in fights. Like, you don't see a lot of people using it, but make sure you do, because it's a really, really powerful. So I guess, alright, so the next thing is, let's say you're over here again, right, and you're dotting the boss up, and you're doing stuff, and you're doing damage to the boss, and then most of the raid is over here, because our guild, you have a lot of melee. And then there's a bunch of AoE that's about to go out, or it is going out. We'll give them a little lifeline, throw them a Demonic Gateway. It's pretty cool to see people use it, and also, you can actually save some people's lives with it, so good for you. And then, oh no, there's AoE on top of you, right? Well, boom, go over here, and then you're good to go. So just kind of do that. Okay, so in Tomb, there's a lot of movement. You're just going to have to get used to it. So let's say, we're dotting the boss, we got little phantoms up, we're doing some UAs, we got a whole bunch of Reap Soul because we weren't doing anything. And, now we gotta move. Well, refresh your dots. And then, if that's all you have to move, then good for you. But let's say we have to, go over here, right? So if we're starting over here, and we have to, go into, a beam, right? There's, a beam that's going on. Well, okay, if there's a beam going on, just use your Burning Rush and get to the beam. As long as Agony doesn't fall off, it doesn't really matter. Corruption can if you're trying to, do a mechanic. But let's just say you're trying to get to the other side of the room because you're getting high stacks, right? Well, just refresh your dots, and then use... okay, it's not working. Then use Burning Rush, right? Okay, it was a little late there, but pretend I did it on time. You can play around with that. But the biggest thing you don't want to do is if you're refreshing your dots, don't use an unstable affliction like this. Don't do this and then start running. Just save the unstable affliction, assuming, because you're never going to have full shards. That's not going to happen. If you have full shards, yeah, sure, pop it, go nuts. But if you're just, doing a normal thing, you have 2 shards, you can refresh the dots and then use your Burning Rush to complete the movement, and then just continue to do damage. So yeah. Oh, another thing, it's really not used a lot. You don't see a lot of people using it, but use your Fear. It's one of the best interrupts for ads. On the boss, it's not going to do anything. See, he's immune. But for an ad, they're not going to be immune most of the time, and you're not going to fear them because you're going to be doing damage, but you're going to interrupt their cast, and there's no cooldown on it, so just, keep using it. You only use that if Shadow Locks on cooldown, which has 24-second cooldown on it. So if that's the case, then just spam Fear if you need to, and they're never going to be able to get the cast off. Alright, so we did dotting on the run. Oh, another kind of pro tip per se. I use a number pad. I have an old style keyboard, so I like to have Agony on 0. However, I have Agony on one of my mouse buttons, so if I'm let's say, we're doing stuff to here, and then, I need to dot this guy, just click him, and you can automatically refresh your dot. You don't need to go back to your keyboard. It doesn't really make too much of a difference when we're talking about, a single target and an ad kind of thing, but if there's, 4 or 5 ads, and you need to dot them all, having your Agony on a mouse button is really helpful. And another thing I forgot to talk about in the last video with the single target, I just assumed there was a bunch of ads. Let's just say only one ad pops up, right? So this is our boss, and this is our one ad. What we're going to do is this. Alright, we do, I dot like I normally do. I put the Phantom Singularity up. I put 2 UAs. I put him on assist. You know, he does a lot of damage. And then, okay, my ad pops up. Well, I refresh Agony. Don't really care about Corruption right now. I put one Agony on him, and then I just forget about it. That's all you do. Basically, what it does is it just gives you more soul shards. Don't worry about Corruption on the second ad. It's not really going to matter too much. You know, make sure it doesn't fall off. In an actual fight, you're going to be able to see both the bars, so you're going to be able to keep track of that a lot easier. But don't worry about corrupting them or doing like an unstable affliction kind of thing. Like when you only do the unstable afflictions on all of them when there's like 4 of them up. When there's only one ad, you basically just throw Agony on it and that's it. Unless it's a kill target, then you can pop like, you know, as many as don't do more than 2. You're not going to do any more damage. All it does is it sustains the unstable affliction for longer. But if it's a kill target, put 2 up then, you know, go nuts, have fun with that. And you really don't want your dots to fall off. But that's basically it. Oh yeah, do your best to try and get, where is it, the chest and the ring and the head. If you can do that, you beat the game pretty much. If you can't, then, you know, you're going to be like the rest of us with a shield. But it's, yeah, it's a million, so it's not too bad. But that's basically it. Yeah, but one of the really underutilized spells is if you see like a whole bunch of people over here and they're about to be in trouble, give them a gateway. One, it can save them, well, it just saves the healers doing damage, but if you're in melee and you're fighting, it just saves them movement time just popping over here. Like, it's a really powerful spell. You get a 2-minute cooldown on it, which is, you know, why they do that, because you can't, you know, if you just use that all the time, it'd be too good. But also don't forget to, you know, use your circle. And that's about it. Yeah, I think that's it. I guess they're not, I mean, they weren't exactly pro tips, but, you know, what are you gonna do? I guess here's a pro tip. You know, have Peggle installed. It's great kind of downtime. You know, nothing like, oh, that was a bad one. But oh well. What are you gonna do? That's about it.